1 year ago, Jesslyn Layfield and her family waited in line inside the Riverchase Galleria, there to buy her children new outfits for the 4th of July. It was 3:18 p.m. when a gunfight broke out nearby. When it was over, Layfield's son, 8-year-old Royta Giles Jr., lay motionless on the floor with a gunshot wound to the head. He was pronounced dead at Children's of Alabama 2 hours and 17 minutes later. On Saturday afternoon, dozens of Royta's family and friends gathered in Hoover outside the state's largest indoor mall to release red and white balloons in memory of the outgoing elementary school student who has often been described as having the IT factor. "Everything still seems like it just happened last week," Layfield said. "I'm up here saying it's been a year, but it's still so fresh to us. I'm not okay, but I have to keep going." On July 3, 2020, Royta, his mother, Layfield, stepfather Anthony Jones, and sisters Trinity, now 6, and Marlee, now 5, were waiting to go into the children's place. Because of COVID-19, stores at the time had restrictions on how many customers could be allowed in. Hoover police say a dispute that started possibly because of a previous beef over rap lyrics erupted near the food court. It escalated to gunfire, and at least 12 rounds were fired in just 4 seconds. 3 other shoppers were injured but survived. 3 suspects have been indicted in the case: Montez Moses Miracle Coleman, 23, King Gary Williams, 20, and Demetrius Dewayne Jackson Jr., also 20. All 3 were indicted on capital murder and 3 counts of second-degree assault. A trial date has not yet been set. The suspects have all claimed each fired in self-defense, from each other. Testimony in previous hearings showed one of the defendants fired his AR-15 style pistol through a book bag. The gun jammed after the first round, but he had about 75 rounds of ammunition in the backpack. Nearly 50 rounds were in 2 gun magazines and 24 were stuffed in a sock. 2 other defendants, according to witnesses, raised their shirts to show they, too, had weapons shortly before the gunfight commenced. Though all parties agreed no one went to the mall that day with the intent to kill, the resulting carnage happened because of their willingness and spoken or unspoken agreement to get in this gunfight, Jefferson County Deputy District Attorney Shawn has said. When engaged in mutual combat, he said, all parties are criminally liable in the death and injuries that happened that day. Jackson and Williams have both requested immunity from prosecution, claiming self-defense. Additionally, Jackson has requested youthful offender status. Those requests have not yet been ruled on by a judge. Royta was born in Houston, but his family later moved to the Birmingham area.